Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Michelle Baker, the Congruency Catalyst International Speaker Trainer Coach with today's Make It Awesome moment. And today is Friday, August 26th. And we were continuing the discussion we've been having on desire. And desire is the birth of an idea. It's how we give our ideas legs in life and keep them moving forward, getting them into action so we can actually create things. Because everything that's around you, anything that you're currently using, if you are drinking from a coffee cup, if you're driving a car, if you put on some clothes this morning, if you button a button, if you zipped up a zipper, everything you basically do today was an idea in someone's head. Someone had a thought. And once they thought it, they actually followed it through and they created. So everything is born twice or created twice. First in your head, and then it actually is the follow through and the action that creates it. So that's what we've been talking about, how to give our ideas life instead of choking them out with the doubt and fear that is always the second thought after you have a thought of greatness, a spark of ingenuity. So on Monday, we actually talked about coaches and how coaches can actually help us create habits that will encourage us for confidence, for courage, so that we are in a space of taking and going forward and moving as we have ideas. We go seek help, we go ask questions, we find people. Instead of going, who am I? You will go, why not me? So a coach is an amazing source. On Tuesday, we talked about fear of criticism. Fear of criticism is huge because what you'll find is those that are closest to you, they want to keep you safe a lot of times. So when you decide to step out into greatness, it's going to require looking crazy to everyone. Anyone who accomplished anything great looked crazy at first. So those closest to us want to keep us safe. So generally when we tell them something wild, their first thought is, no, that's a little too far out on the ledge. Stay here, stay in the comfort zone. Remember, there's a comfort zone. And they try to keep you there. So again, fear criticism. On Wednesday, we talk about knowing thyself. And knowing thyself is imperative because an idea, anything great that's accomplished or achieved is going to hit hurdles, obstacles, pitfalls. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to trip and fall. You're going to look stupid. And if it's not your idea, the persistence or the faith or the passion that's required to maintain the long haul will not exist. You'll fizzle out. That's why so many people have starter kits at home because they were like, oh my God, this is awesome. And as soon as they hit a roadblock, they're like, no, not me. Trust me, I know. I got a bunch of starter kits at home too. So it happens. It's a learning and knowing thyself and knowing what I'm called to do. So that was on Wednesday. And then yesterday, we talked about executing in excellence. And that is basically going the extra mile because it changes your attitude. It changes your personality. It helps you to be contrast and contrary in a sea of people who are competing and comparing and commonplace. You will actually stand out and you'll shine like the diamond you are. I just thought of a Beyonce song. I can't sing, so I'm not going to even attempt to hit that note, shine like a diamond, okay? But you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so it'll help you that. So today, someone actually inboxed me and said, oh, this is all great on birthing and giving the ideas legs in life, Michelle, but how do I actually come up with the ideas? That was a great question. How do you become an idea generator? Or the term is ideation, is where you constantly are coming with ideas. And that actually requires training your brain. So you might have heard me say before that your mind is the most powerful tool you own. It's the gift from God. It will give you exponential results if you invest in it. You can never get more from your mind than you put into it. So whatever you want to know, whatever you want to master, you must first read, listen, do anything you possibly can. So I actually went on Amazon and I pulled out a list. So I just went on Amazon Books and searched books on ideas. This is the top books that came up. The first one, The Business Idea Factory. The next one, Ideas, A History of Thoughts and Innovation. The third one, A Technique for Producing Ideas. And the fourth one, Become an Idea Machine. That's a great title, right? Because ideas are the currency of the 21st century. And they really are, because basically what an idea is, it's just an innovation. People looking at how they can do something and improve something, do it better, faster, further, whatever. You're able to do that on a regular basis, it will convert into currency, which is cash in your pocket. So That being said, myself, how I generate ideas, I go to the source. Now, I call him God. You might call him universe, creator, the divine, Buddha, whoever you call him. He is our maker. He is the master. He has the key and the plan to Michelle's brain. So I actually spend time with him on a regular because he is infinite, unending, and unlimited. This universe has no end. I don't live in scarcity. I understand that there's abundance. That's why I freely give of myself, because when I give of myself, I become a conduit and he pours more into me. So I don't run out of ideas. And I say that because I believe that. And that's another way you can go. You can spend time with your divine. So there are many, many ways to come up with ideas. But definitely the first and the biggest way is to spend time with yourself, journal, find something to read, improve your mind, because that's where the ideas come from. And the last thing I'll leave you with is how you know you have an idea. It's an epiphany. That's one of the most wonderful experiences I've loved in my life. And I actually got the definition of epiphany, and I'm going to read it to you. Epiphany is a sudden perception or an insight into the reality or essential meaning of something, usually initiated by some simple, homely, or commonplace occurrence or experience. So it's when you take all the learnings that you've had over time, you're hearing the same principle, but in different ways. So you start to go, you see the little lines on my head scrunching up. You go, So you're really thinking about, and then one day, all of a sudden, out of the blue, you could be doing anything random, grocery store, walking, wherever. It all converges, and you get a spark of ingenuity. You're like, oh my God, it makes sense. And then once it makes sense and you start applying it, that's when you start to see things differently. That's when you start to become a person who looks to how to improve. So again, get your own epiphanies. It's powerful. It's amazing. Ideas are the way to create the future that you want. All you need is one amazing idea and you can turn your life around. So spend time with yourself, get to know your mind, and sharpen the tools. Sharpen the most powerful gift and tool you've been given, your mind, and you will change your world for the better. So this is Michelle Baker with the Make It Awesome Moment. And again, why do I do the Make It Awesome Moment? Well, because in life we have decisions to make. We have choices every day, all day. And what I realized was that I was choosing in fear most of the time for my life. And because I chose in fear, I closed myself in. And the next thing I knew, I wasn't having anything I really wanted. And then I realized when I started to choose in faith, that my life changed. So you can choose in fear of the worst possible case scenario, because the past, everything that's happened to you, everything everybody's done to you, it's been awful. So you can continue to choose in that route, or you can say, you know what, the future has not happened. And since it hasn't happened, if I'm going to make it up, I'm going to make it awesome. I'm going to say my life is going to be amazing. Everything has happened to me, has happened for me. I'm going to have an incredible, amazing life. And guess what? When I started choosing that way, my life started to turn that way. And yours can too. So if you're going to make it up, make it awesome. Again, this is Michelle Baker, the Congruency Catalyst, international speaker, trainer, coach. And if you want to have questions, if you want to have a conversation, inbox me. I'm here for you. I love to serve. My mission in life is to help as many as possible to experience joy and excitement for their lives through vision development process. So have an absolute wonderful weekend. Next week is going to be amazing, and I look forward to seeing and talking to you then. Bye.